Back in the day. Back in my day. Back in the day. Back in the day. When I was young, I played a lot of freewheeling, super aggressive, boom. And it was fun and exciting and dramatic and all that. I was constantly having to shoot my way out of serious problems, which, you know, it's all fast paced and loads of fun, but it's also counterproductive. Because the guys that don't really know anything, it scares them away and it attracts action that can really play. That's the problem with that. The guys who don't know what they're doing and just out having fun, that scares them away because they think you're the guy to pull. And then the guys who can really play know that you're what they're looking for. You become, fish bait. And ultimately, you get a little older and start realizing that playing this way every day is taking its toll on your nervous system and your mental health. And so, you eventually get old and you realize that this game is way more productive if you think, if you do things the smart way, and ultimately the much easier way. So I became a shot maker, and that's what I was known as, a freewheeling shot maker who could do it when it needs to be done. It's just it caught up with me. But I didn't do it out of ego, A lot of people think I was just showboating and just, being an arrogant dick. I mean, it was just my style. It's just, I thought the game should be entertaining and fun, and it should be. But, not at the price of cutting your own throat, you know what I mean? So I wasn't thinking about tomorrow and the fact that one day I'd be, sitting somewhere drinking a beer and thinking about how stupid I was. Yeah. And then you wind up with issues, man, issues and nervous conditions. I don't remember being nervous too much. Just issues, Scary. It's like a never-ending nightmare with a romance and a happy ending. At the same time, you take a lot of stuff with you from those days, and so occasionally, a player gets themselves in trouble. And because you have all that experience in your background of constantly shooting while in trouble, you can draw on that and use it today. So I'm not sure I would change anything. I had a lot of fun. A lot of stupid things. And I have all that experience. I wouldn't go back there. That's for sure, but I don't think I would change it. It's a big part of who I've become, and I had a lot of fun. Every night was entertaining. I was just kind of living for today. I don't think I would change it. Seems like a very peaceful Saturday night. I'm just going out, stuff I need back home. Put it in the refrigerator. Telling stories about back in the old day. Back in the day. Yeah, the evil Knievel. And eventually, you crash. Oh boy, this table looks sweet and innocent and easy, but it's not. Underneath all that pretty exterior, there's a monster in there, and she's gonna break your heart. Yeah, you know the type. You'll see why in a minute. Let's take a look at these balls here. You know, we have 2 pockets available for the 1 ball. We have 5 pockets available for the 2 ball. Basically, it's down to 1 pocket on the 3 ball. It's also 1 pocket on the 4 ball, 1 pocket on the 5 ball, 2 pockets on the 6 ball, 2 pockets on the 7 ball, 5 pockets on the 8 ball. And you could say all 6 pockets are available for the 9 ball, but realistically, we don't want to get on the short side of the 9 ball. So basically, we have 3 pockets available for the 9 ball. So let's take a look at this layout again. And do you see the problems here? Take a look at the placement of the 4 ball and the 5 ball. And now look where the 3 ball is. And look at the traffic getting from the 3 to the 4. Yeah, it's going to be a serious problem. And I'll be shooting the 1 ball in the bottom right hand corner pocket. So let's see the options here and you pick. Wait, did you hear that? Oh God, I love that sound. Let's play that again. Oh yeah, baby. I live for that sound. Let me hear it one more time. Do that to me again. I'm gonna go take a nap. I chose option B, but it was more of an issue of eliminating options A and option C. So let's see them, and I'll show you what I didn't like. With option A, you're flirting with that scratch a little too much coming off that right hand rail. And although you're coming back into the 2 ball line, it's better than option C, which means crossing the line and trying to get on that 2 ball to shoot it up in the top left hand corner. And you'd really have to be pinpoint. Otherwise, when you shoot this 2 ball, you might find yourself in a little bit of trouble getting on the 3 ball. Here's what we have, and like I said, it's going to be really tricky to get from the 3 to the 4, so we have to be really careful to get the right position off the 2 and on the 3. We're shooting a 2 in the side pocket right there, but we have a few options on this, and here they are. I chose option A, and I really had to hold this cue ball up and be careful not to go too far up table on this 3, but I got the position I was looking for. I didn't choose option B because it was sending the cue ball too far away from the 3, and you have to move the cue ball too much, and anytime you do that, you're taking a risk. As for option 3, again, you're moving the cue ball too much, and there's a good chance you're going to get a little too straight in on that 3 ball. So here's what we have, and obviously we'll be shooting a 3 ball in the top right hand corner pocket. I chose option B, and obviously it was a mistake, and I wound up hitting the 8 ball. I was trying to use that 5 ball as a stopper, and I was right on target, but I just got a little too close to the 8 ball. As for option A, you're leaving yourself a terribly thin cut on the 4 ball, and it's going to be really hard, if not impossible, to get back on the 5. Option C and lightening up on that left-hand English is almost positively the way to go, because now you have that side rail that you're using to slow down the cue ball, and there's a better chance of getting up under that 6 ball and getting right on the 4. Here's what we have left, and we're hooks, Buttercup. We're hooks behind that 6 ball. I cannot see the 4 ball. So we're going to have to get a little bit creative. And obviously we're still shooting that 4 ball in the corner pocket. And these are our options. I chose option C, and it's the right choice, and it's a kick shot. You can barely see it on the screen, but I did kick at it. I had to. Although I got hooked again and behind the 6 again when shooting on the 5, I believe it's the right shot. I just didn't hit it hard enough. I was trying to get up between the 6 and the 8 to have a clear shot on the 5. But, these things happen, and what happened was when I came off the rail, it just hit the 4 ball a little too full, and it slowed it down a lot more than I thought it was going to slow it down. As for option A in the Marseille shot, I thought about it for a second, and then I saw the kick, and there was no reason to go through all of that when I had the kick. And the jump shot is option B, and that was never even seriously considered. It's too long of a jump, and you're going to have way too big of a bounce to make this 4 ball. It's going to bounce right over and right off the table, so that's out. So here's what remains, and as you can see, we're in serious trouble. Of course, I'll be shooting the 5 ball in that corner pocket down there, and these are your options. Well, I chose the Marseille that time, which was option A, and the big danger with this is the cue ball is going to get away from you, and it did a little bit, so we're not out of the woods yet. I got a tough cut here. Option B is a jump shot, and I didn't choose it for the same reason I didn't choose it last time. It's an easier jump, but the object ball is too close to the round. There's a good chance you're going to jump right off the table after you hit it. Plus, I don't like the jump cue I'm currently using, which is a J and J, and that's a whole different story here. Option C is a double kick once off the right hand rail, and to get around the 6, we would have to kick it again off the bottom round. It just seems kind of silly to me. And here's what we have on the 6, and both the 8 and the 9 are making things difficult to get back up table on the 7. And naturally, we'll be shooting the 6 in the right hand bottom corner pocket, and these are your options. I chose option C, and I'm not so sure it's the best option for a couple of reasons. I took a chance on scratching right there. And, even when you don't scratch, you can easily hit that too hard and bounce too hard off the top rail. And you're being left on the short side of the 7 ball, and it's going to make it a little bit difficult to get back down table on the 8 ball. I think option A is your best option. You're really going to have to put some juice on this to get it done, though. Some right hand English there and a little bit of top. Option B is almost a surefire thing that you're going to hit the 9 ball there. And if you get around it, you're still cutting it a little bit close to the 7 ball, and I don't like it. Here's what we have on the 7, and how are you going to get on the 8? Naturally, you will be shooting the 7 in the top right hand corner. I chose option B, and even though the cue ball got away from me, and I'll show you exactly why it got away from me, I still stick with this option, because you're playing into the line on the 8 ball. And we're going to zoom in on this and take a close up and slow it down a little bit and show you that the cue ball actually, so because I hit it a little bit too hard, I got a jump effect here, and I'm coming off the rail. And the cue ball is up in the air when it hits the 7, so therefore it's hitting the top of the 7, and it jumps up in the air even further, and it comes down on the rail, and it jumps up in the air even further before it comes back down on the table. So all that left-hand English that I put on here is gone, and somehow miraculously it still hit the right hand side rail, but the angle was all wrong, and I didn't do what I intended to do. So if I had a smoother stroke and it was a little bit slower on that shot, everything would have been fine. And here it is in slow motion, and it was just a mess. So yeah, I didn't think I hit it that hard, but I did. Option A is a bad choice, because if this cue ball really hooks up off the 7, you could scratch, and even if you get where you're intended to go, you could cross the line and get really bad on the 8. And option C, you're crossing the line on the other side, so it's the same situation. So here's what we're left on the 8, and we're on the rail again, and we'll be shooting this 8 into the bottom right hand corner pocket while doing our best to get right on the 9 ball. Here's the options. I chose option A because it just seemed like the safest route for me. You might think otherwise and choose another option, and that's okay. Option B draws it back a little bit. I don't like it because you could go and draw back a little bit too far, which is going to make things difficult on the 9 ball. And with option C, you're just spinning the cue ball a little too much, and it could deflect, and you might wind up missing the 8 ball altogether. So I just went with A and kept it safe. Alright, it's time to do the loop back and cut out all the yakking. It's never too late to take up golf. It was a tough game. But here's what you do when you want to scream.